yeah, I feel like his question is contrasting whether we should pull guard or whether we should do stand up, and like, I mean, listen, everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
the the meta is kind of saying like if you pull guard, you're kind of like a giant bee, and like if you stand up with somebody, it takes cojones type thing. Like that's kind of the way things are being portrayed.
Yeah. That's fucking child's play. That that's children talking.
But does it scratch a little something?
No, because I'm gonna fucking win.
You want to win, right? Tell me.
I'm gonna pull guard and I'm gonna win. Who gives a fuck?
I mean, listen, I love that you're that way. I guess I have an ego. I pull guard. I do. Like I'm stand up. I'm just not willing to accept the risks of the potential, especially like with me, knees a little older, not willing to accept those risks. But a part of me does feel, I got to use the word like cowardly doing it. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm just like, I'm not willing to stand up with this guy. Terrible.
Yeah, I don't feel like that at all, dude.
Oh, wow. I love that. You're lucky.
Dude, because I fucking pull guard, I sweep you, now I'm on top and I'm crushing you for the next 4 minutes. You think I feel like I'm the
less of a man?
I'm the nail, you know what I mean?
Oh, right. No.
I mean, look, if the takedown's there, if I have the grips that I want, I basically have one takedown. If it's there, I'll take it.
Epic.
But if it's not there, it's jiu-jitsu. I want to do jiu-jitsu. Like, I see so many matches in competition, no gi especially, where guys are spending 4 minutes and a half fucking, grabbing necks and pushing each other off. Like, guys, we're here to. This is a jiu-jitsu tournament.
Get on the ground.
Do jiu-jitsu.
Right. I'm with you, dude.
I don't know, man. I think it's kind of silly to be like, to have this big ego thing and just stay on your feet for 4 minutes, or I don't know.
Well, it kind of reminds me, like in one of Malcolm Gladwell's books, like he talks about the story with David and Goliath.
Yeah.
And like the short version of that is Goliath being like this epic Hulk kind of a human, and then David being like this little small dude. Everything that Goliath says to David prior to them kind of like engaging, everything that he says is a means of bringing in David to fight the fight that Goliath wants him to fight.
Yeah.
So he kind of says things like, hey, little guy, like, come face me.
Yeah.
Like, come into close quarters with me so that, I can use my greatest asset, which is my jumbo physicality, to be able to just take you out.
To smash.
So he's egging him on to get closer. Everything, again, to apply his strength. Whereas David chooses, not to engage in that and be like, I know you're trying to touch on my ego.
Yeah.
Like trying to say, hey, come closer, challenge me like a man, whatever it might be. But he doesn't fall into that game. Keeps his distance, uses that like sock in the rock kind of thing, and then whips it around, knocks him in the head, knocks him out, walks over, cuts off his head. And I think that
you see those posters of him fucking holding the head like that? It's so dope, man.
Well, in a weird way, this is kind of the conversation we're having.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where it's like the guys who like to do stand-up are trying to belittle the guys who pull guard or whatnot in a means of like forcing them maybe to stand up. And if their ego takes the bait, then you're going to get stand up and you're going to get launched. Like if you're with Manny, like Manny is good in judo, he will launch you.
Yeah.
So,
but look, like that's the thing too, it's so that David and Goliath thing, right? It's like they're both playing the art of war. Goliath knows that he needs to get David close to him to be able to grab him and smash him, right? So he's gonna try to throw insults at him to affect his ego to get what he wants, right? And David knows, if I get close to this guy, I'm not gonna win this fight. So no matter what he says, I'm gonna keep my distance and I'm gonna load my sling and attack from here, right? Then if you're good at takedowns, you want to stay on your feet. You know what I mean? And you you're trying to get those points, right? But if you're either like if your takedown game isn't there, or if your game isn't working against this person, and you're starting to think like, man, I think this guy might have the upper hand on me, and if he takes me down, he gets to the point, and you have a guard game that you're more familiar with or more comfortable with, man, you're trying to win.
Mm.
Like at the end of the day, it's sports jujitsu.
You're right.
Pull guard, play your game, get the sweep, get on top, do your thing,
You're right.
get your hand raised.
I'm so happy that we've had this conversation. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It is like a soft spot on me, but now that you say that, I even think that even if I had good stand up, but I go against a guy who has better stand up, am I gonna stand up? Like that would be a silly mistake.
It would be a fool's move, dude.
Exactly. Like it would be me acting on my ego. And I've actually seen some matches like on Flow and stuff like that, where the dude, even his energy, once the guy pulls guard, the guy standing, his energy is kind of like dismissive.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, come on, and he's trying to scratch that on the person to be like, get up, which is like a David move. And you should have more. You should have more, like, you should be more
like restraint, you should have more self-preservation instincts,
and just say like, yo, perfect that you don't like this. Like this frustrates you, amazing. And
yeah, for real,
this is like all in like perfect.
You should use that to your advantage.
So I guess then my answer to the question, now that we've kind of like sorted it out, is it depends. If I honestly feel like the exchange is going to put me kind of like on the back foot, and I'm pulling guard. But if for whatever reason, I don't know, in my case, like I would have to be going up against like a 12-year-old boy, like in stand up, and I'm like, I could take him, kind of like Kramer in Seinfeld when he goes to karate school and he just takes out everybody. If I'm in that scenario, damn right I'm standing up. But in any other scenario where I feel like I'm gonna come out on the losing end of the exchange, I'm gonna pull guard, and from here on out, I'm gonna feel good about it too.
I feel good about it. I always get that sweep.
Epic. That's smart.
I like it.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Another one?
No, we covered it. We're calling it.
All right.
This is it. Can't just keep. What are we? We got lives. We gotta get back to the real word.
That's right. Fucking boring. I got nothing tomorrow. You?
Tomorrow's what?
Wednesday.
Dude,
if you don't know what tomorrow is, you might have nothing tomorrow too, bro.
I don't know, man. Every day is a big day.
Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah. Squeeze it in. But yeah. All right, homie. Now what's our end situation?
Do we have any dates? So February 15th.
Montreal SAU.
SAU.
Yeah.
If you're a part of this gym and you're competing,
let's get it.
Tell someone. Maybe try a higher belt. Go through your game. Maybe you're missing something. It's important to have a game plan, especially if you're a white belt. It's your first time competing, your second time competing. What do you think? Like, try to go through a game plan, understand the point system.
Yeah. I think if it's one of your first tournaments, then the greatest thing you can do for yourself is to understand the point system.
Yeah.
It's crazy, Max, but at blue belt, some people don't understand the point system.
That is crazy.
So if you can just be driven by the point system, I think that's like a North Star that's always going to help you in competition, because you're going to be like, oh no, if he gets up, he gets 2 points. I can't let him get up. I got to get up. Oh no, if he gets his 2 hooks in, he's going to get 4 points for having taken my back. Can't let that happen. Like, just knowing the point system could literally win you a match.
Yeah.
So if you're like in the 0 to 6 months and you're planning on competing, memorize the point system, understand it, come talk to you, come talk to me, come talk to any of the coaches. If you're in the higher kind of that higher range where like a little bit more about jiu-jitsu, I think at that point it's just narrowing in on your A game, and you can't have every answer to everything. You just can't. People are trying to figure out everything. It's like, leave some things to instinct.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just have a couple of things that are your go-to.
Yeah,
like from like the major positions.
Anyways, that if you're white belt level, the jujitsu you're gonna see is gonna be white belt level jujitsu. So you don't need to know everything. You just need to know what happens on the mats at white belt, and go from there.
And I think we were saying also, like, if we can, for whoever wants this, like at that competition, if they record their matches, like part of the pod would be like,
Yeah,
us
we'll go
kind of
over it.
going through
Yeah,
like maybe like a couple of matches or maybe just a couple of sequences and like just giving a little bit of feedback on those moments. I think that would be cool. So if you're interested in that, like make sure that you get your matches recorded, send them to us, and then we could kind of
yeah,
see if we can have that as a little piece of the pod.
yeah. And there's more time between now and then, so maybe we'll talk about it some more.
I think so too. All right, homie.
Uh,
This
yeah.
is it. This is the walkout music.
There's no music.
Oh, we don't have walkout
No, we
music?
don't have walkout
I
music.
mean, maybe we got to do something like
I
a
think I
fade.
think I think we do.
I think part of it is also when
I
we
don't
just.
even when did you listen to it the whole way through to the end? I didn't think anybody was actually gonna do that, dude.
Plan for everything, man.
Okay.
All right, let's close it.
All right, cool, awesome.
Later, homie.
How long do you think we did?
I don't know. I will tell you right
More
now.
than an hour?